Hello everyone. Today I'll explain to you how to create a proper and creative scenario in TSW5. Many of you struggles every time, as I did anyway, in the hope that we could compose with a very limited tool, very busy scenarios with our own formations and liveries. Being a pure fictional scenario, or local real one, it should satiate the thirst for realism. Scenario 2.0 is the successor that came with TSW4, and also a successor of the first version that came with CSW2. It came with some improvements along the years, but still a very limited and sometimes extremely hard to understand engine. So let's dig in the basics of how to create a scenario. Open up Scenario Planner, and we first see that we need to add a name to our scenario. Go with something that would define the action from the scenario. There are no trains added to it, so you have to start it from scratch. My trains are usually already built-up formations in Formation Designer, but you can use trains that are pre-built by DTG also. Freight, passenger, or isolated units. Select the hour when the scenario should start. Let's say for us it's 9 a.m. Choose whatever hour you want, as this hour will be the time you'll be spawning your train. Once that's set up, select your service hour, which is different from the scenario hour. And I'll choose the service hour starting at 5 minutes past 9 in the morning. But why is different from the scenario hour? Well, by doing that, you'll give yourself a few extra minutes to prepare your train for the journey, and also improve the immersion by adding some extra AI trains coming into the station while you wait the green light. Now choosing the path, which is the most, not annoying part, but can be very tricky, and it can screw your entire scenario. Because running into a red light, it's a pretty common problem. What I did, and actually still doing it with most of the routes, I keep picture of the map I want to use for my scenario, with all the essential informations on it, as DTG release every time when a new route comes out. That can help you keep an eye on which station is where on the map. I'll use Frankfurt Fulda as an example today. I want my train to start from Fulda running all the way down to Frankfurt. I'll choose the path. Basically that means the line my train is using to reach the destination, and I'll choose also the stations my train would have a stop. In this case, my train will be a Regio one and stops at all stations till Frankfurt. It's easy every time to start from an end to have a portal for the incoming traffic. A portal is a place where AI trains can spawn from and enter the main tracks as if they came from an off-map location. Also helps out with trains that can disappear into a portal, simulating them leaving the railway network, regulate train flow, prevent overcrowding, and make routes feel more dynamic. After you edit your train, as you wish, you can add the first AI train that departs when your scenario starts, at 9 a.m. in this case, from another platform to your destination as well. So this AI will depart in front of you, and you'll meet it at the end of the run, if there's not a portal to send it out of the map. In this case, where there are not portals, be careful which line you select the AI to reach at the end of the scenario. It has to be a different one from your destination line. Otherwise, you'll get a red light right before getting into the last station. At the same hour as the first AI train starts the journey, you can add an extra AI train that can get into the station from your location nearest point, at the same platform as the first AI train is. So the second one will wait at the entry signal for the first one to clear the platform. So the first AI train will leave platform number 6, and the second one will come at platform number 6 also. Second one will have to wait for the other to clear the line. For the next step, it comes in handy the actual map of the route. Along the run, you can see dozens of stations and yards where you can use at least 2 lines. Usually when you want to add traffic, you start at it from one nearest station and go all the way down to the most distant one. Adding plus 5 minutes on every 2 stations might get a better dynamic effect this way. But this depends very much by the length of the route and how distant the stations are from one to another. But for now, you can use very easy the scenario hour as a start for all the AIs, so you'll meet them along your journey. Maximum services that can be placed on one scenario is 24 Gen 9 console users. And I think no limit for PC. Not sure about that, and not sure about Gen 8 consoles limitations either. But drop a comment, because I'm really looking to find out. By adding services on the lines, you can see that there are stations and yards, where more than 2 lines are capable to hold traffic. So there is easy to add stationary units, or passing by trains. If you want to add and passing by train, you can do it, if the station meet the criteria of holding at least 3 lines that can be used in Scenario Planner. This are marked in the list with platform number 1, 2, and 3, or yard line 1, 2, and 3. But what a passing by train is? Basically a train coming from behind you with no stop run passing you when you are stopping at your first station. In my case, I used a freight AI train to pass by me using the 3rd line, Getting into a nearest portal, but very important to set it coming from behind, and using another line besides that used by incoming traffic is essential. Basically, it should use the same line as your train until it splits and become 3. By using only your line, it will be stuck behind you, and you'll never be able to see it passing by, because AI traffic is not able to pick clear lines by themselves. An inactive AI train can be set up on a not active line. To be inactive, must have an early service hour than the scenario starts. In this case, as our scenario starts at 9 a.m., the inactive train will have 8:50 a.m. as a service hour, and it will never run because that hour doesn't exist in our scenario. Usually can be set up easy at freight yards or locomotive depots. In this case, Scenario Planner can get way better if maneuvers, services, couples and uncouple formations, and more freight actions present in yards will become available in Scenario Planner. But for now, it's pretty basic, and all you can add are some inactive AI trains. This are the basics of the Scenario Planner 2.0. As I said, on PC, possibilities are endless. You can create a very busy scenario if you want, though on consoles there are some limitations. The reason why I'm doing this tutorial is because I ran out of memory trying to export a scenario from console, became very frustrated, and decided to share the informations instead. Will you start experiment with this tool? Or you'll wait a better and easier version of it? Let me know down in the comments. I know there are some awesome people, very creative and good in creating scenarios, but why not trying this for yourself also? Also want to point out that none of this were possible without a good friend of mine, who teach me the basics of this tool and made me understanding the beauty of it. Take a look on his channel, links are into the description. A Romanian guy who does countless of simulation live streams, including Train Simulator and Train Sim World. I was Alex. Hope this make you an idea about how to create a scenario and find this video helpful. With hundreds of liveries ahead and more topics to debate, make sure you'll never miss a video by subscribing and hitting the notification bell. See you in the next one.